Usually I only make a playoff prediction video before the playoffs have started, just the bracket challenge. That's usually where I leave it at for the whole playoffs. But I saw this thing come up on my Instagram, and so I was like, oh, okay. The conference finals begin Thursday, May 18th at 8 p.m. That's today. They're starting soon. Predict the outcomes of the Hurricanes versus Panthers and the Stars versus Golden Knights for a chance to win a signed NHL jersey. Now, I believe this is just predicting the teams that I think will win the series, but I'm not sure. There might be more questions. They'll probably ask how many games. I haven't clicked this yet. Maybe there'll be a goals question or something like that, but we'll see. But this will give you a chance to see what am I predicting for who I think will be in the finals. One of my teams that I predicted before is still in. The other, of course, is out. I'm happy about the team that went out going out. The Bruins I had in the finals, and so yeah, especially as a Panthers fan, that was one of my favorite moments I've seen in hockey is when Montour scored that overtime goal. So we'll see if my bias play, not the overtime goal, sorry, the tying goal to bring it into overtime. Once they scored that, I actually very much felt that the Panthers were going to win that game 7 once it went to overtime. I was almost certain that the Panthers were going to win that after that. But the Montour goal was when I was at my lowest of the low hopelessness. And so anyway, we'll see if my bias plays into this. I'm taking a long time to talk, but here, let's make my picks. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so there's some different questions here. Which player will have the most points in the Eastern Conference Finals? Kachuk is kind of the one of the more obvious choices. I don't think Martiniuk is going to follow up what he did. Aho is a good choice for sure. And it's which of these players, right? I can't write in someone else. No, it's out of these players, I guess. Is it weird? I think it might be weird, but I think he might do this. I'm gonna go with Brandon Montour. This might be a crazy choice, but I'll go with Montour. Eastern Conference Finals. Oh man, I mean Hintz is the easy answer, right? Um, Eichel, whew, is a good choice as well. It could be Stevenson. I'm not gonna go with Stevenson. Robertson could get going. I think this time I'm gonna take the safe choice and just because I'm really hoping for it myself. Rupe Hintz, I'm gonna go with him to continue his massive points production that he's been doing in the playoffs. Okay, most saves, the most amount of saves. Oh, I think the Pepper is gonna come on to Bobrovsky, so I'm gonna go with Florida will have the most saves. Um, this one I'm not so sure on. I would imagine it'll come down to Ottinger having to face the most shots, but I'm gonna go with that anyway. I'm choosing the Panthers here. I think the Panthers can do it, but it's a tough one. Like when the Panthers beat the Bruins, or when Montour scored that goal to get it to overtime in Game 7, I was basically like, Florida is going to win this, and they're going to beat the Leafs, but I'm not sure about who they'll face in the conference finals. And so I'm less sure than I was about the Leaf series here. And so I'll still go with Florida, but again, I'm not as confident about that as I once was going into overtime against Boston and again going overtime against Toronto. I'm gonna stick with Dallas here. Dallas is who I picked to win the Stanley Cup. I'll stick with them here to advance to the Cup final. But after that, I'm not sure, and that's it. So that's my choice. I guess I'm predicting a Dallas Florida final, and my prediction is basically what I want to happen. And so yeah, I'm kind of predicting what I want to happen, but I think there's a very good chance of it. And so that's what I'm going for: Florida and Dallas in the finals. I'm kind of picking Florida if they make it to the finals against Dallas to win. So I'm going against what I originally said. Dallas will win the cup. Dallas will win the cup. I don't know. What I've been watching with Dallas and what I've been watching with Florida has me more high on Florida. But again, who knows what will happen with Florida and Carolina. And I am starting to think that the winner of the Eastern Conference is going to be the winner of the Stanley Cup. But yeah, let me know what you think, what your predictions are.